thought of like just like the divine holiness of your playlist, whether it's on Apple, on Tidal, or any other social media outlet that you have your music on. I was just thinking about the holiness of it because the playlist is teaching us a very, very, very deep spiritual concept, and I think in a way it could even allow us to understand certain halakas even better. So, for example, on Sukkot, the holiday of Sukkot, during in Kol Moed, one of the biggest one of the commandments from God is that we should be happy. Like, you should be happy on Sukkot. Like God says, during this time period, you have to be happy. So you think to yourself, it's like people are going through all types of stuff, like all types of situations are going on in their life all over the world, all different types of, this scenario, that scenario, this scenario, that scenario. And for God to impose a commandment for us to be happy, that has to be saying something humongous. Because it's saying that we have the power to determine our moods, right? Like, we have the power to determine how we feel. If God says you have to be happy, that means I have the power to make myself happy, right? So with that being said, it's like, okay, I can make myself happy during Sukkot because it's like it's festive. It's a lot of tools going on that I could connect to. That there's a lot of simcha going on during that time, and I could connect to happiness. But what about like every day in our life? Like every day you wake up, every day you're dealing with stuff. It's just like, how do you determine how do you ignite that power that is expressed during Sukkot, like in everyday life? Right? Because and during Sukkot it could be relatively easy. That's why they say people shouldn't get married, because it's like it's the happiness of that time versus the happiness of the simcha of the wedding. You don't want to compete, or you don't want to confuse. So, anyways, the point is just saying that. How do you operate that in your everyday life, right? And so this is the concept. Think about your playlist. Right? You have a playlist, you have a bunch of songs in these playlists. And you have a playlist for when you go to work out, you have a playlist right before you go to sleep, you got a playlist right when you wake up in the morning, you got a playlist when you just want to chill, you have a playlist when you feel like dancing. You have all these playlists, and each of these playlists represents different energies that you express when you're listening to this playlist. So it shows that we have the ability to use this medium called music, or we have this medium called a playlist, and we could use that as a tool to change our entire mood. But we're utilizing the music, we're utilizing the playlist to change our entire mood. So what if I decided not to use the music to do that? Like, what if I just decided myself that, you know what, I'm going to get energized, I'm going to get inspired, I'm going to get happy, I'm going to do this, I'm going to, whatever. And I may express it in a certain way. I may start to sing myself. I may start to dance myself. I may start to write something. I may go to exercise. I may do these different things. But I'm going to decide first that I'm happy. And everything that's going on, everything that I'm dealing with, and everything that everyone is dealing with is exactly what we were supposed to be dealing with. And if we weren't dealing with it, the whole purpose of being alive today will be just missed. So if this is the perfect thing, and your soul came into this world for correction, and this experience are there to mold that and shift you and push you to that, that means that you should be happy.